laughing and all this stuff, man.
Right.
And just thinking like, I would do this in class for free, or I'll do this in practice for free, or I'll do this on the bus,
yes,
after the game for free, and now I'm just doing it in the context of a commercial, talking about, different things or whatever, and they loving it and I'm getting paid for it, so it's real cool, like real cool, like I'm very grateful that I used to have to literally work for every cent that I got. Like every cent I got, I had to put an effort for it. So it's fortunate that I'm in a business now where I could work one time and like get paid like 100 times from that one time working.
Boom! We in the gym. Welcome to EJ's Gym. A guide to elevate your mindset. Yo, I have a special guest on the line. I'll let him introduce himself.
Hey, how y'all doing? I'm Mike Forbs. Friends call me Big Mike. And me and EJ go way back since high school days.
Oh yeah, Big Mike in the building. What's good?
Chilling, man. Trying to make $1 out of 15 cents.
And now, as we get into the conversation, I'll let Mike go ahead. Mike, matter of fact, let's go ahead and tell the people what your titles, like all the hats that you wear: actor, comedian, musician. I mean, not musician, rapper, or whatever the case, whatever you want to call. What do you call it?
Man, I'll just say all around hustler, man. As far as the film industry, I do acting. I do behind the scenes work as well. As far as music, I write music. I could perform music. I do comedic music as well. I had a song that actually aired nationally.
Oh yeah.
It was a comedic song that aired nationally back. It was like back in 2016.
Was it like the chicken wing song or something like that? What was it?
No, it was a comedic song. It was a song that just it's acting the fool, man. yeah, man. Just and the way the song went too, like. But yeah, that
dude.
Yeah, it appeared on like 3 national shows. So and it like aired like internationally and stuff too. So it was cool. It was my first time like getting paid for music I did. So,
really?
Yeah, that was cool.
So
that's crazy. Out of all the like I did like before that song I did serious songs, like songs, about the streets and stuff, like trying to give wisdom to people and stuff. And that ends up the song I start getting money for, the silly one. It was just crazy.
Wait. So I'm afraid to ask, what inspired that song?
Man, so like a while back, man, I'd probably say like 2013. It was this show called America's Got Talent. And they were just saying, just be original, stand out,
Okay.
But that's what I was trying to do. I was just thinking of, I was just trying to think of something that many people don't like talk about. So I was like, many guys when they used to talk about they package. They usually brag about it being big, you know. So I said I could do the opposite, you know. Like, not who brags about that. So I did that, and just trying to get on the show. So I was just trying to make it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to get on that show. So you know, they found it hilarious. They didn't think it would get on TV, but they tried it anyway. They bought me out. They flew me out to Newark, New Jersey, and we shot it and everything in front of the judges. You know, you know how they go on stage and the judge be like, you know, blah blah blah, whatever. So we did all that, and then well, I was surprised after I did that. You know, we leaving out the back door and everything. It was so many like people like there waiting on me. Like there was like fans of it. I said, where can I buy your music? And me at the time, I didn't, you know, if I'd known it was going to be the way it was, especially not going back to the show, because they let me know they couldn't air it. It was just too not family friendly.
Right.
So if I'd known that was going to be my only time up there, now it would have bought me like 1,000 CDs or something. Because
really,
I definitely would have made some money. Yeah, it was like a lot of people from the audience. Like, it's a lot you do in front of a live audience. So a lot of the people from the audience was there waiting on. And it was what's surprising was like parents had their kids. It's like, there you go, like sending their kids to take a picture with the guy who up there talking about, you know. And
what?
Yeah, I found that surprising. Like, go ahead, I need to take a picture. Oh, and there's a car, like it'll be a car like driving down the street. They'll stop in the middle of the street, run out, and come like, yeah, because they knew if that song would have made it on that show, it would be crazy. Because like that show, I think averaged like 12 million viewers or whatever.
Wow. What was
so at the time?
What was the name of that show?
America's Got Talent. It's on,
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, on NBC. So at the time, I was just trying to swing for the fences. I was just going for the home run, just trying to, I guess, get to the top already from day one. Because that would have been huge, like being introduced to 12 million people right off the bat. So when that didn't work out, I just decided, instead of me just trying to go for it all immediately, I was like, I'm just gonna just take one step at a time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So instead of me trying to start on the top, I'm just gonna start on the bottom. So what I did was I started by doing background acting, you know, extra work.
Okay.
The people in the back where you don't pay no attention to, back there drinking coffee or something.
Right.
So,
funny thing you say that just before you get into your story, and I don't think you text me that time, because I've seen you and stuff, and then you text me before. But one of my favorite things to watch was like HBO The Ballers. I think Ballers with The Rock, just because it was centered around football and all that. And I think it was like the last episode, and he was talking in the rookie symposium, and they was scanning the crowd. I'm like, man, that look like Mike.
That's me.
But go ahead with your story though. Go ahead.
That's me. Yeah, that was me. I'm on the same set as The Rock. You know, that's cool. And speaking of The Rock, man, he's super cool, man. Down to earth, man. Very respectable, man. I definitely respect him.
Yeah, he played ball too, though. He played ball too.
Yeah. So to be successful as he is and as down to earth as he is, I respect that.
I don't even deserve to be up here talking to any of you. I deserve exactly what I got. Nothing. And if some of you assholes out there don't smarten up, that's exactly what you're gonna wind up with. And it won't be some shark in a $5,000 suit who takes you. It's gonna be your brother, your sister, your parents. It's gonna be your friend. It's gonna be someone like me, who everyone says he's a good guy.
Got you.
Because some people let success go to their head
Right.
and they act like they bigger than everyone else or whatever.
Right.
So me, I still got a long way to go.
Yeah.
But I got big goals.
Right.
So, but one of my goals is no matter how far I go out there, I'm still gonna be down to earth. I'm still gonna. So when you see me, you know what I'm saying. When you see me on the red carpet and all that stuff, on screen, off screen, I'm still gonna remind you of who you remember me. I'm not gonna be this totally new person. Right. I don't remember him. You're gonna be like, I remember Mike. I remember him from high school. I remember him.
Oh yeah, and that's what I definitely want to talk about, and then progress back into your acting career. And first off, talk about Miami. You're from Miami. What part of Miami are you from? And like, how was that environment for you? And how did that environment shape you? If you can answer all of those questions at the same time.
I feel like I've been almost all over Miami. I've been in Wynwood. I've been in Little Haiti. I've been in Carroll City.
Right.
But for the most part, the biggest chunk of my life, I lived in an area called Robin Hood. For some people who don't know, a lot of people don't know where that is outside of Miami. So I'll say it's not too far from Liberty City.
Right.
I would say as a youngster, like I just had a skewed view of the world, because as a youngster, it seemed like the only people who were successful in the neighborhood was the ones doing crime. The drug dealers,
right,
the gangsters,
right,
and the people who was living an honest life. That wasn't attractive. They working hard and they barely making it, barely paying bills and stuff. They don't really get to have no fun.
I think that's the thing that get people to barely making it and not to have any fun. Who wants to live a life like that though?
You can't afford no fun, man. Have fun or get the lights cut off. Yeah, you ain't gonna be no fun. The lights cut off. Yeah, man. So the people, the people I looked up to were the criminals, man. So I kind of had the mindset, thinking, hey, if I want what I want, I gotta be a criminal, But I was fortunate that whenever I'd run into like some of the OGs and stuff, and tell them my aspirations of wanting to be a gangster too, they'll look at me like, nah, man, don't get involved.
Right.
He said, you can do better, man. You seem like you got a good head on your shoulders.
Right.
This and that. So that's why I respected that. I remember, speaking of environment, I just remember as a kid, like when I was like 9, I was like living with one of my sister's boyfriends. And as a 9-year-old, I saw how to make crack. Like, I saw how to get the powder and mix it, use the microwave.
Oh, wow.
Put it in the microwave, put it on the thing, cut it, put it in. I was like, wow.
Right.
That's 9 years old. I don't really see how that works. And around that age too, I learned how to like break into houses and stuff too. Like I knew how to. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Unfortunately, it led to me at age 14, like breaking into a house myself. Because it's so easy. It's easy to do. Like when you see people do it.
Right.
But anyway, just talking about that environment in Miami. Oh, and also as far as like growing up too, whenever you do see one of us like go to college or something, which was rare to see like one of us go to college, it seemed like they always would get kicked out. Yeah, they get kicked out for whatever stupid thing they did. So it just seems like you're either gonna live an honest life and be struggling, or you're gonna try to go to college and get kicked out. You might well just be a thug. But see, that was bad too, because the people who looked up to, eventually they start getting shot and killed. So it's crazy, you know. I'm fortunate that, cause like we would literally be hanging out with the guy, you know, seeing his cars and all that stuff. He'd be cool, like giving us money and stuff too, just chilling. You know, down to earth drug dealer, successful drug dealer guy. And the next thing you know, 2-3 days later, you hear a drive-by, went by the shop. So I was fortunate that I wasn't there the day, because I could easily been there, money and stuff, having a good time.
Yeah.
So I'm fortunate that didn't happen to me. As far as like Central and football,
yeah, what made you play football, or when did you start playing football?
Initially, I didn't play football till 9th grade. Ninth grade was my first year playing, and I don't know. I just didn't have the proper guidance on that. Like, I wasn't aware about playing earlier.
Right.
I just thought you only played in high school. So I feel like if I had proper guidance, you know, I probably would have started earlier.
Gotcha.
So I didn't play till like 9th grade. But
what made you
at
choose
the time,
the position if you didn't play when you were younger? Then?
Huh?
What made you choose your position if you didn't play when you were younger? Like, because you played linebacker, or what did you play when you first started JV? Was it linebacker?
When I first started, I was wanting to play. Wide receiver when I first started. When I first started, and then I remember at the time we was doing weight training. I mean, I was very weak too. Very weak. And I wanted to play wide receiver until you remember Coach Punks?
Yeah, Coach.
So, you know, he was the offensive coordinator.
Right.
So I remember one time.
Hey, he was a funny dude. He probably let you have it.
I remember one time he told like for weight training class or whatever, he told the receivers, all right, receivers gonna go out and do some drills or whatever.
Right.
I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna go too. I'm gonna play receiver. So when we got out there, he turns, he looks at me like, what you doing out here? Oh man, at the time I was so scared. I was okay, obviously I'm choosing to play the wrong position.
Right.
I was like, I'm gonna play tight end. I said, oh, okay, all right, come on. So that's how I became a tight end.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was trying to play tight end until this other coach, I'm sure one of your other favorite coaches, Coach Fields.
Right.
You know, he came to me, you know, rubbing his chest, you know. Hey, man. Like, hey, you know, I could see you being like an All-American, you know, offensive guard. You know.
Oh, I think I remember.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I remember. Okay.
Yeah, you can see you being like 280. And at the time, I was thinking 280. What? I ain't trying to be that big. I think I was barely 200 pounds. 280, go from 200 to 280.
Wow.
I'm like, no, I couldn't imagine. 280 seemed like nothing now, but back then, I'm like, man, that's all. All the other stuff sounded good, like All-American, blah blah blah, D1 or whatever. Mm-hmm. Once he said 280,
that's it.
I was like, nah, man, I'm going to defense. That's when I decided to go to defense. I didn't even know what I was gonna play over there. I was gonna go to defense. Mm-hmm. I have nothing. I want to get far away from that man. This man trying to be 280. Oh man, I'm gonna go to defense, and at least I have to be 280.
Right.
Yeah. So you know, it was just tough, man. Like, at least with tight end, catching the ball and all that's pretty simple. Cause I play street football over there.
Yeah.
And then going to defense, I didn't know nothing about any technique or anything. So it was just crazy just trying to figure all that out without having no experience.
Done.
No
Wow.
experience. So because technique is important,
Right.
if you're too high, you're gonna get jacked up, all
Right.
that stuff. So but at first with football, it was a lot of people was unaware of. Like I had football and being a class clown and stuff in school.
Right.
But at home, I was still like committing crimes and stuff. A lot of people didn't know that until all of a sudden I just went missing. No one knew where I was.
Right.
I even missed like the first game of the season. I wasn't even there.
Wow.
Like no one had no idea. And then all of a sudden I show up looking bigger and stuff. And they're like, man, where you been, man? I was like, yeah, I was locked up, man. You? Like, they're like, you was locked doing what? I was like, yeah, strong arm robbery. Like, you? Like, doing, like, people couldn't believe it. Because
Right.
I never, at school, I never needed to feel like I had to be a tough guy. Never act
Right.
like
Right.
I was very comfortable just being a clown.
Right.
Like, I didn't have to act like, I never felt like I needed to be a rah-rah guy. I was just cool being me.
Right.
So, like, being, like, dealing with, it was just 3 weeks of being locked up. But during that moment, man, just being in there with the other guys, I just remember, like, a life-changing day in there was a day when all the guys bragging about the amount of times they've been in.
Right.
One guy was like, yeah, I've been in here 4 days. Other guy was like, man, I've been in, not 4 days, I've been in here 4 times. Other guy was like, man, I've been in here 7 times. Other guy was like, I've been in here 11 times. So I'm seeing these guys talking and bragging about this. And I'm just thinking, like, man, don't they learn? They don't learn from this, man. And then one other guy was like, yo, I just got off the phone with my brother. He said when I get out, as soon as I get out, he got a fresh lick set up for me. I'm like, what? Yo, brother, as soon as he get out of here, you're gonna come right back. So I realized, okay, I'm smarter than these guys. I'm not one of them. There's no way. I'm not one of them. And the mindset I had growing up was, if I want something, I gotta go get it. I gotta go take it. Ain't nobody gonna give it to me. I gotta take it. Like literally take it. So, but in there, I was like, I got everything I need. Like, got a roof over my head, I can eat or whatever. And I was like, I don't have to get in trouble. So I was like, yeah, I ain't gonna be in here. So early on, I had like a foot in the streets and a foot in the football. And then that's when I decided I'm just gonna, just do all I can with football. Forget all the street stuff. And that's what happened. Came back, finally learned how to play linebacker. Stuff like that. Yeah. Maybe I'd have played better earlier if I was just focused on that instead of being divided.
Wait, before you get into that, but then you got into playing linebacker behind other Big Mike, behind Ali, Chevin, dude. How was that experience for you, man? Or did they let you play DN or what?
Yeah, with those guys there, man, my only shot was playing, put my hand on the ground, coming in, playing DN. See, the thing with them, man, they were studs, but they never, seemed like they never got tired. Like they never needed a break. Like they just played.
Remember they ran track too? Remember we were throwing, they were running.
Running track. I think Ali running track, his big self running hurdles. Even though he was knocking down half of it. But but yeah, we playing behind those guys.
Right.
Going to LSU and Auburn.
Right.
Me, no experience coming in, and I'm playing behind people who I think Yeah, I think Chevin, Ali, and the other Big Mike. What's funny, I was actually bigger than him, but he had the name first. I was bigger than him.
Really?
I was bigger than him. When I got out, I was bigger than him. Before I got locked up, he was bigger than me. When I got out, I was bigger.
Wow.
I beat him by 10 pounds. I was 10 pounds heavier and I was taller.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I had to wait till he graduated until they called him Big Mike. But what's funny, God rest his soul. I didn't realize I was bigger than Big Mike until God rest his soul, Brian Patton brought it to my attention. Because we was talking, so when Brian first came, he came during the spring when we were juniors. So the seniors were still at the school. Right. The seniors wasn't playing. So one time me and Brian Patton was talking or something. We was talking or something. And then this Big Mike walked by. I was like, hey, what's up, Big Mike? He just walked by. Brian Patton was like, why they call him Big Mike? You bigger than him. Then I was like, hey, yeah, no. Yeah, every time I saw him, I just felt like he's bigger.
Yeah.
So I am bigger than him, man. Okay, yeah. As soon as he graduates, that's gonna be Mike. If we had Facebook back then, I'd have changed that name. Big Mike.
The new Big Mike, right? All right, wait. All right, so the new Big Mike. I want to know if you remember, because I think we were in a jamboree, and that jamboree was against Roscoe Parish. And I think, did you play? I think I don't remember if you played in that. They let you play.
I don't remember playing in that. I think we were. I think it was 10th grade. Right. 9th grade going into 10th grade. Yes. I think Coach Quantz was still there.
Yeah, he was. So you was on tight end. You was at tight end.
Yeah, when Coach Quantz was there, I didn't. Never played with Quantz. But yeah, he'd even look at me and say, "You're not gonna even sniff the field." Like, golly. I'm all dressed and stuff, man. Shoot. I felt like just taking off my stuff. Told me I'm not even gonna sniff the field.
All right, so what was your experience actually like playing on the field then?
But I remember the Roscoe Parish thing.
Okay, go ahead.
I remember him. That dude, I never heard of him until that game.
Right.
But before the game, I was like hearing, Roscoe this, Roscoe that.
Right.
So I'm thinking, and he looked so small.
Small.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm just wondering, what this guy look like should be on JV. But let's see. Man, I remember that dude, man.
So quick.
He would make 12 people miss, man. Even though there's 11 people. Man, it's crazy.
Yes.
That was crazy.
So I just remember just getting up just to watch him. I'm like, Jesus Christ, in the box, nobody could tackle him. He was just making everybody miss. I'm like, this is
like a video game.
And he was so small, just like you said, tiny.
Yeah. I don't even think they called any plays. I think they just gave him the ball and be like, just run around. It don't look like they had any set plays.
He was like a little gnat trying to chase a little gnat or something like that.
I don't remember him like dropping back and reading into the coverage.
No.
I just remember him having the ball and everyone trying to get it. Man, but yeah, that was fun. It was crazy. I think my first taste of action. I think I wasn't ready. So Ali surprisingly had to get out the game. So I'm like, so I put my helmet on. Out of all people, like, Ali need to get out the game. What? So I'm like, wow. I'm running out there. I'm trying to get my helmet on. I don't know the play. I'm like, what's the play? They tell me to play, right? And then as I turn to face the offense, BAM! Hey! Was it ready? Wow, it was a fullback who just came. I guess he knew I wasn't looking. As soon as I looked, BAM!
Ooh, he demolished you.
Yeah, I was like,
Did they take you out of the game after that?
Oh man, I think so it was that, but then one more play I was like, oh man, I gotta wake up, like, oh, that woke me up. I was like, oh man, I got to play early. Okay, whatever. I don't remember what the plays was. I was ready, Next play I got like an assist. And then some of them was, okay, Big Mike. Okay, Big Mike, or whatever they call me at the time. And then I got out. So 2 plays and they got back in the game. But man, I'll never forget that. It didn't feel like nothing when it happened, but if you look at it on film, man, it looked like I got ran over by a truck. And I think Coach Saunders even came up to me like, I put you in the game and that's what you do.
Did you even respond? Did you say anything back?
Nah, you was right on that. I probably wanted to say sorry.
All right, so fast forward. Go ahead.
Oh, so going to college now or whatever?
No, I want to say like how was like that whole recruiting process for you, or did you even have a?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Your playing time and stuff like that.
Okay, it's just crazy because I didn't know how the recruiting stuff worked out, like how it worked. I just remember I was getting like a bunch of letters up there from like all over. So I thought I was doing something, man. Got all these letters and stuff, Nebraska.
You had good size, man.
all these folks, right? All these folks sending letters and stuff. Right? So I thought I was doing the thing, and then I know one practice, it was a spring practice one time where we had like scouts out there and stuff.
Right.
And I remember I had to pick 6 in practice too, so that felt good. And after practice, even coach was like, "Hey, the scout from I don't know if it was like Rutgers or some scout from a D1 school, whatever."
Right.
So, hey, scout, like the way you move, blah blah blah. So I was just thinking, so I'm just thinking, I think I'm gonna go somewhere big,
right?
And at this time, I talk to people on the phone and stuff. They say, "Yeah, I can see you playing here, blah blah blah," or whatever. But when push comes to shove, it's time for them to really like offer something. I remember some places were talking about partial or whatever. I remember I really was set on just going to junior college. Because I wasn't, I don't know, I didn't really like whatever offers I had. I just felt like maybe I need to go to junior college.
Right.
Ball out or something. Hopefully there's no Ali's there. Go out there, I'll be a big Mike to the team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Go out there and do that. That way I get a full offer from like UM or a full offer from the Gators or something.
Right.
That's what I was thinking. And then during track season.
Right, you started to throw that this far.
Yeah, during track season, I remember meeting one of the coaches from Carson Newman. He was actually there for like Toribio. Toribio was already going there. It was a D2 school. So at the time, I never really thought of going to D2 school. So I was just the reason I wanted to go to a junior college was so I could go to D1 school, like on the full ride, not on the half jump, walk on or whatever.
Yeah.
Preferred walk on jump.
Yeah.
They try to con you into.
Man, they start getting us early, huh?
Yeah, kind of give you student loans and all that stuff. But meeting the coach, he was the linebacker coach, big guy. His name was Mike as well.
Yeah.
It was just cool. Just hearing about the school and how a lot of successful people got out of there.
Hold on. Go ahead, keep going. Go ahead. My bad.
Okay. Yeah. I met the recruiter, Carson Newman. He's a big guy. His name was Mike as well. And it just and he just told me about how it's like family and all that good stuff. And there's a lot of ways to succeed. Outside of football is a nice platform that can help you succeed in a whole lot of different ways.
Right.
Stuff like that. So and then remember at the time too, doing track. I remember Arpege.
Arpege, yeah.
Remember him, the discus shot put coach or whatever.
Yeah. That's
and I remember at the time, that's when I was first learning like about Christianity and stuff. Because I ain't know nothing about that. Like, I was so lost. Mm-hmm. I thought all religion was like, I thought Muslims, Christianity, Jehovah, I thought it was the same thing, but like different languages.
Right.
That's what I thought it was. That's what I thought what made it different. I thought they're in another country, they speak another language.
Right.
They call Jesus Allah. That's what I thought.
Right.
But like dealing with him and stuff, he'd be like, hey, pray about where God would want you to go, whatever.
Right.
And I'm thinking, well, I need to do that. I already know where I'm gonna go. I want to go to, want to go junior college, and then I want to go blah blah blah. I know. So I did it. I went ahead and did it, and I prayed about it, and I felt like I was needing to go to the D2 school, Carson.
Right.
So I did that, and I just remember my mindset going into the school, because I was thinking school was going to be like, college was going to be like, you go in there, and if you're a freshman, the seniors going to like make fun of you and, clown you and all that stuff, right? So, I had my long dreads, coming out of high school and stuff like that. So I just remember having the mindset like, yo, got to set an example. I got to show them. Cause I like to joke and stuff,
right?
But I don't like being like disrespectful. So I just had this mindset like, yo, anybody try me, punch him in the face, so that all of them could see. Don't mess with him. He may be friendly, but don't disrespect him.
Right.
But it wasn't like that at all. Like, they were so helpful and stuff, welcoming, stuff like that, man. Just had me feeling all fuzzy on the inside, just full of love. Like, yeah, you're my brothers, my family,
Yeah.
So at the time, my mindset was just, I'm doing class and stuff or whatever, but I really want to do football.
Right.
So I was a communications.
Right.
Because I was thinking at the time, after my football career is over, I'll probably go on the TV, run my mouth, use my personality.
Right.
So it's just funny how certain things just work out without you really realizing.
Right.
So I was needing to take an art class, and one of the, like, as far as the requirements, I was needing to take an art class. So one of the classes that was available was drama.
Mm-hmm.
So I took it. I had no interest in being an actor. Like, I never did. Mm-hmm. I never tried to do any plays or anything in high school, whatever. I never tried to learn lines. But so I just took the class, right. And I just remember, like, very early in the class, I'm just doing what the teacher said. And I remember very early on, like, the teacher like pulled me to the side, and he was like asking me, he said, "So you never did any of this before?" I said, "Nah." And he was trying to get me to be like in the big school play. He was over the big school play. He was trying to get me to do that, and I was like, "No, I don't have time for that, man." Like,
right.
Nah. Well, I had no interest. I didn't want to tell him I'm not interested in acting. Right. But I was using football as an excuse.
Right.
I was like, "Yeah, man, I'm playing football all the time." And he said, "We can work it." And I was like, nah. But year after year, he just stay on practice at football, blah blah blah. Even though at the time I was redshirt, but it was like, yeah, I got football.
Right. And you ain't got to travel to no games, no nothing.
Doesn't travel nowhere.
Nothing. You don't have to go
yeah.
to games, man. Did they even make y'all watch film like that?
No, not really. Man.
Right.
We leave early and stuff.
Right.
What's crazy was the reason I had the red shirt was it was just a dumb reason. Like NCAA clearinghouse couldn't clear me because in high school I forgot the program we was in. It was kind of a advanced program.
Right.
I don't remember the name of it, but we took a different kind of science class.
Mm-hmm.
So the NCAA clearinghouse didn't recognize that science class as a real science class. So. Yeah, so they said I wasn't eligible. Some stupid science. So if I would have took the dumber version of science, I would have been eligible. So I had to sit out of here because of stupid science. So but anyway,
damn, how we go through high school and not say anything about Daniel Macias in the helmet?
the first game he gonna start, he don't know what his helmet on. Where's my helmet? Daniel, we need you. Where are you? Where's my helmet? That dude came. It's not like his helmet was lost on the sideline.
He completely forgot his helmet. The whole helmet. The only game that he was supposed to start.
He left the helmet at school. Oh man. He's so pumped up that you go start that you leave your helmet in the locker room at school. Unbelievable.
Man, dude, I never heard of it. Never seen it ever in my life.
Unbelievable.
And I think we let him have it the whole year. But until we graduated, my helmet.
My helmet. Man.
Oh,
what they say, opportunity meets preparation or something. That's what success is. So yeah, opportunity, but he's not prepared.
Hey,
man, that was my chance.
Man. Hey, I'm locked out of Facebook, but big shout out to Daniel if Daniel can see this, man. Big shout out to Daniel Macias. My helmet. I got my
AKA my helmet.
My helmet.
Oh. That's crazy, man. So back to college and
right.
So it's just funny how certain things just work out without you realizing it works out. Because every year the drama teacher just stayed on me about trying to do the school plays. Like every year he just stayed on me. So finally senior year, like I did so good with classes that by the time senior year hit, I didn't even have to go to class. Like all my classes was done. The only thing I had left was an independent class where you just meet like once a month. So I was literally not going into a classroom. So finally, when he came up to me again with the play and all that stuff, and at that point, senior year, I already done. I think like junior year, I already made my mind up that I'm just gonna do what it do with my degree. So senior year, when he comes up to me with the play, I was like, okay, I'll do it. Why not? Let me do it, man. It's gonna make him happy.
Right.
Let me do it. So we do this play called Macbeth, and he has me do like 3 different roles in the play. You know how to do it. It's pretty good. Do pretty good or whatever. One of the students who's doing like a senior film project, he has me star in his like senior project along with this other kid who ever since freshman year I would see him doing plays with him. I thought he was a dope actor.
Right.
I thought he was dope. So he wanted me to star with the guy I thought that was dope.
Right.
I was like, okay, cool, let's do it. You know, I was excited because I'm gonna be with a dope actor. He's like, let's do it.
Right.
So we do the project. Once again, I'm not thinking about it. I'm just doing it however he wanted to do it.
Right.
And just being silly and stuff or whatever. And I just remember like all around the schools, like even different departments, they would come up to me and tell me how great I did.
Really?
Oh, man, you're such a natural, blah, blah, blah.
Wow.
You're great. Even some teacher was like, man, you was great, man. You did way better than the other guy. I was like, what? And I thought he was dope.
Wow.
I thought that guy was dope. He said, I did way better than him. I was like, wow. So you would think at that moment I should be like, this is my destiny, you know? This is what I'm called. I'm good at this. I'm natural at this. You know, I should go start pursuing being an actor.
Right.
Nah, I didn't. After hearing all that, I decided to pursue radio. Like,
Say that again. You said what?
After hearing all this great stuff about my acting ability, I just shoved all that to the side like I never heard it and pursued radio. And it was, but that's what introduced me to Atlanta. And like long story short, it was like dealing with the recession and hiring freezes and stuff like that.
Right.
It was just rough. Like I had years of just working like regular jobs just to just to pay bills and stuff. Like
right.
I did like valet parking.
Right.
I did all type of stuff, man. I worked at movie theater.
Mm-hmm.
I worked for this newspaper company where we wrap up newspaper.
Right.
Just all type of random stuff.
Random job, just to make.
Just random job, just trying to make it. Just trying to pay bills and stuff.
Right.
And finally, seemed like 7 years after I heard all like good acting stuff, like 7 years later, that's when it finally dawned on me
mm-hmm.
that I never tried to do anything with the acting.
Right.
I never tried nothing with it. I'm like, and I'm just thinking like, well, what if that's what I'm supposed to do? Like, instead of just, just struggling all the time. So I was like, so that's, and that was after the America's Got Talent thing. I was trying to be a comedic musician or whatever.
Oh, so that was the position you was trying to enter through, just being a rapper, but funny with it.
That was the that was the motivation.
I
for
remember
radio
you had an
too.
album and everything. I don't know if we could find that. I'll put it up on the pictures.
Yeah,
so people can see.
if you do, I don't know where you can find it. But it's probably somewhere. But yeah, that was my motivation for radio. I was wanting to be on radio so I could play my music. That was my and I think that that's what I was wanting to do. So after the America's Got Talent thing and me thinking I need to start on top, that's when it dawned on me that I should try to do my acting thing, and then I'm just gonna start from the bottom,
right.
Try to work my way up. Because not everyone thinks about starting. They always trying to be at the top.
That's funny.
So that's what I did. I went to this open casting call. It was like a commercial saying, "Hey, looking for background actors, blah blah blah." So I go, and like the lady likes my look or whatever. Immediately she books me to do something, and which is cool. So I was like, okay, yeah, are you available next Friday? I was like, yeah, I am. Even though I wasn't available, I had to work. But I told her, yeah, I'm available, but I made sure I was able to come be on set, So that ended up being tough too. Cause at least with when I was working or whatever, I would have steady money coming in or whatever.
Right.
So it was tough once I started doing the background acting, because with them, it's very outside of that one time when she told me next Friday. Outside of that, it's very last minute. You don't find out till the day before that you're booked to go be on set. So sometimes you find out at 11 o'clock at night to go be somewhere at 6 a.m. So if you're working a 9 to 5, like who you gonna call at 11 o'clock at night to say, hey, I can't come, I'm finna go be on a Tyler Perry movie. So,
Right.
So that's tough. So once I started doing that, it was tough. I didn't really have steady money anymore on the other. So I'm kind of taking risks. And at the same time, had family and kids and stuff to feed. So it was real. It was very tough to juggle. Wow. But I just remembered that I was very good, very natural at it. So this is probably my thing. And thinking I was a class clown and stuff like that. I was like, I'm an entertaining person. I've been entertaining people for free all my life.
Right.
I get paid for it on TV.
Right. That's
all the time, all the jokes and stuff we used to do, man.
Right.
So
did you make a helmet song?
No. Helmet song?
No.
But yeah, it was tough, but I was determined to just keep on doing it. Like my mindset was, I'm just gonna do this forever.
Gotcha.
I don't care how long it takes for me to get a speaking part. I'm just gonna keep trying this forever. I believe this is my lane.
Right.
And I was fortunate enough to where I was at an event one time. You ever hear those stories where they say a pretty girl is walking down the mall in LA, and then like a talent agent or something comes up to her like, "Oh man, you look beautiful. I can make you a star. Blah blah blah. Let me be your agent." I never thought something like that would happen to me. Well, I was at some event, and all of a sudden, this lady comes up to me like, she's like, "Oh my God, I love your look. I love your hair. I love your teddy bearness or whatever." And she was an agent, just loved me.
Right.
And at the time, I had no agent, none. Right. So I thought it was cool. So what I was doing at the time before that, I was actually working on. I got my professional headshots together. I got my resume together, and resume is anything you had a speaking role in, even if it's like a local play at a church somewhere. I was getting that together. Then I was getting something together called my reel, which is me acting and stuff. And it's tough when you new, you don't have any, you've been in any. So I would go to like audition for college plays and stuff. I'd look for projects where it'd be no pay project, but it'd be a speaking role.
Wow.
So I was just seeing the bigger picture. I'm trying to get this reel together. Yeah, I'm trying to get my package together, because that's what an agent needs when you're signed to kind of put you out there. So because some casting directors, they don't even want to see you audition if you don't need to have a reel. I didn't know that at the time. I just knew I needed to get it together. So by the time I met her, I already had all that stuff together. So it just worked out beautifully. That's stuff I be trying to tell people. Stop worrying about stuff you can't control. Make sure you got what you can control in order. Like let's say it could have been another high school thing where
I love that.
I get thrown in the game and I ain't ready. So
like you don't have your helmet.
Don't have no helmet, man. You don't have no helmet, man. So this lady interested in signing me and stuff,
right?
And I'm not ready. So there's nothing she can do. As much as she can love me so much, but certain casting directors don't want to see you audition. Don't have the stuff that I was working. So she can love me as much as she wants, and it won't matter. So it was cool that when she got me, threw me in the game, I was ready. So I was working on what I can control versus, worrying about what you can't control, but at the same time, you're not doing what you can control. having that at work.
Yeah.
So it so that worked out well. You know, her sending me to auditions and such. And
So what was like the first big, if you would call it your first real gig and your first like big gig? Because I remember seeing you in like, I don't know if it was like a T-Mobile commercial, and like I mentioned before, Ballers. I remember seeing you on that.
Yeah. So I would say the first, I'd probably say the first major thing I got was it was a nationwide Verizon commercial.
Verizon, that's okay. That's what it was.
It was huge. Like people all over the nation was auditioning for it.
Oh, really?
Wow. Yeah. There was a nationwide cast. So because when I met the other people, they came from all over the place. You know. So that was a huge one. Like they flew me out to LA and such and stuff like that. And you know, it's just wonderful.
Right.
And I did such a great job that not only did they do like the one commercial they intended on doing, but they kept, you know, they kept like hitting up my agent wanting to use like some old unused footage and make that into another commercial too.
That's dope.
Cause like they love me, man. Like whenever we had some type of segment to do, like they'll bring up a topic and I'll just, you know, run my mouth and stuff, and they would just love it. Like they would be laughing and all this stuff, man.
Right.
And you know, just thinking like, you know, I would do this in class for free, or I'll do this in practice for free, or I'll do this on the bus.
Yes.
You know, after the game for free. You know, and now I'm just doing it in the context of a commercial. Right. You know, talking about, you know, different things or whatever, and they loving it, and I'm getting paid for it. You know, so it's real cool. Like real cool. Like I'm very grateful that I used to have to literally work for every cent that I got. Like every cent I got, I had to put an effort for it. So it's fortunate that I'm in a business now where I could work one time and like get paid like 100 times from that one time working. It's crazy. Was very fortunate was during 2020, during the pandemic, the whole film industry shut down. So 2019, I'll say March 2019. That probably was my first month of where film was going to be like my full-time thing.
Right.
So March 2019, and then my 1 year anniversary, March 2020, is when the film industry shut down.
Wow.
So I'm like, man, it took me like 6 years to finally get to a point where I could do this full time. I don't have to do anything else.
Right.
And then it's all shut down. So, but it's cool. It was cool for me though, that having residual checks.
That's dope.
So I was fine. I didn't have to go like rob people like back in the day. So I know how to rob. I got experience. But
that's dope.
But yeah, I would consider myself right now as like up and coming, right? Because I've been on like big projects, but the role I had was to support like the bigger people.
Right.
That was my like.
So that role you had in the Ballers was just to sit in the stands. You didn't really get to interact, talk to people, whatever.
Yeah, with that one, I just had to, because that one was about The Rock giving his speech.
Right.
So we just had to, our job was to just seem like, you know, like he getting to us. Yeah, you're right, man. Don't spend all my money on strippers, you know. Yeah, don't beat up my girlfriend, you know, whatever. Yeah. I got you. You know. So that's all it is. And then you know, in this industry, like there's so many people who want to do it. So like even if you're going out for a small role,
right,
it's sometimes like 700 people going for that
wow,
same small role, you know. But you know, it's cool. It's cool. Like me, I never worry about it. You know, I just feel like I just try to do me. I try to do my thing. I try to be like everybody else,
right,
and just bring my own creativity to the table.
gotcha.
And but yeah, I would say up and coming is where I'm at. Cause the long term goal that I have is to not just be like the #1 star of the show where now everyone's reacting to me,
Right.
you know, or everyone's supporting me. I'm the #1 guy on there.
Yeah.
That's not the ultimate goal. Ultimate goal is to be the whole creator of the whole thing.
So are you like directing and like producing stuff?
All that good stuff.
Yeah,
the
really.
creator, like writing it. Kind of like a Tyler Perry, but like with bigger budgets, like taking bigger risk. Cause like with them, it seems like they usually do like, you know, $20 million budgets or whatever.
Yeah.
To us, you know, that seemed like a lot of money.
Right.
$20 million.
Yeah.
But in film industry talk, that's not really a big budget.
Gotcha.
So me, I'd like to be like how he does, because he could write it, you know, he could write it, direct it, and act in it at the same time,
Right.
like those Padilla movies. So that, but I want to take bigger risks.
Gotcha.
So I see myself doing, you know, like with a budget's like over 100, like big risks like that.
That's a big.
So like Tyler Perry, but bigger budget. Like I really love the work that Jordan Peele does. Like I think he's, you know, Jordan Peele, right? He did Get Out.
The comedian dude, I think.
Yeah, he's the comedian guy from Key and Peele.
Yeah, I think.
And once he got into the side where he's creating project, he's just straight up, just, you know, Get Out, and can't think of it. But thought it was dope too.
All right. So I got a few questions to ask, and I usually like flip it around like football, but I want to center it around acting because that's what you do now. So how does confidence help you in acting? Man,
speaking of confidence, man, I want to bring it back to football and then bring it up to acting.
Right.
I remember football, like one of my dreams that I used to have was to be an NFL linebacker. That's a dream I have. So I remember my first couple years of college, I used to always look at the people who got drafted and look at their combine, see how fast they was, how strong they was, and stuff like that. So some of them, you know, as a freshman or whatever, I'd be like, man, I'm already stronger than him.
Yeah.
I'm already stronger than him. Or, you know, I'll see someone who got drafted like in the second round or whatever, and I'd be like, I'm actually faster than that guy. Right. You know, wow, as a freshman, I'm already faster than his guy who got drafted. So that's like a dream, to be a NFL linebacker. And then my first couple years, I was a linebacker. Then we had a new defensive coach come in who ran a different scheme. We used to run a 3-4, so 3 linemen, 4 linebackers. So then when we had a new coach come in, we went from a 3-4 to a 4-3. So you know, one of them linebackers need to go be on the line.
Yeah.
I was the biggest linebacker, so hey, you go down.
Right.
And I was a team player, so I did it.
Yeah.
This is what the team needs. So this is what the team needs. I did it.
Right.
And then at the time, you know, I just felt like I felt like I wasn't big enough to be like a NFL like defensive lineman, you know. So at that point, that's when I just tossed my dreams of NFL out the window. And I was like, I'm just gonna do team needs, and I'm just gonna do what my degree wants me to do. I'll do my best with my degree. Focus on my degree. Mm-hmm. So instead of working out during the summer, I would do internships. Internships in Atlanta for radio. Trying to get ready for my job.
Right.
So so the thing with football, like there were scouts who'd come out to watch us whatever. Because our school, every now and then we'd have a couple people,
y'all was a pretty
sign some.
Y'all was a top D2 school.
Yeah, so we had people who got drafted before, and there's people who like signed or whatever, who had careers or whatever. So they always come check us out, see what gyms they could find at our school.
Right.
So I remember at that point though, I didn't even go see the scouts. I didn't introduce myself.
Oh, you never run the 40 time and nothing?
I never did anything for the scouts. Whenever I heard they was coming, I'd make sure to stay far away from locker room. Yeah, like I just had my mind made up that I'm not big enough to do. Like if I could, if I thought the way, like my way of thinking, if I had the way of thinking that I have now, back then, I would have still at least tried.
Right.
I would still at least try. I'd have been like, so what? I may not be tall enough or whatever enough, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna go out there and work out and all that stuff. And if they say no to me, I'm gonna try to make it hard for them to say.
Right.
They'll be like, man, maybe he's too small to be a D lineman, but you probably could have him do something else. And then at the time, I didn't realize that there were a number of D linemen who were 6'2" in the NFL. I was just thinking, I'm not 6'6". That's what I ain't up there or whatever.
Right.
So I feel like if I had the mindset I had now, I'd at least would have tried.
Mm-hmm.
At least would have tried, and then it would have been, if I didn't make it, I'd be like, well, try it. Type of deal. But I would have made it hard for them to say no, because I was pretty strong. I used to work on combine stuff back when I was a linebacker. When they put me on the line, I had weight on me, but I still could move with it. So at least could have. I feel like that at least could have got the attention. The big boy moving, okay.
Yeah.
I remember one time. So even though I didn't run for the scouts or whatever, our school ourselves would do combine events.
Yeah.
So I remember one time I was running the 40, man. I remember one of our defensive coordinators.
Yeah.
The defensive coordinator. He came from. He was coaching at D1 schools or whatever. Remember seeing his face, seeing like one of the wide receiver face. Like he actually came from Tennessee. He was up at he's a volunteer, and then he came and played with us. So I remember seeing their reactions running right from the corner of the eye. I just remember seeing their face. Like, woo. So I knew I was moving. So I'm impressing those guys, man. But
what was your 40 time?
I don't know. I pulled my hamstring. It's crazy. Ridiculous, man. I knew it was gonna be something. Boy, I was, what? Because especially when seeing their reaction, I feel like that made me run faster too. Seeing like they're both of them like, woo! I was like, boy. And then right before I got there, like, I pulled up. I don't even think I made it to my.
Wow. But dude, do you remember, before you get into that more, do you remember like the big man relay when we used to run the big man relay?
Oh, yeah.
Weren't you the first leg?
I was the first leg.
We went against leg.
I remember we went against a track team too.
Barnes, yes. New Orleans.
Yeah, there was remember those backup runners?
I forget who it was. But go ahead. You tell.
Do you remember that team that had the backup runners, those four skinny guys?
Oh, I don't remember what team it was though. But we beat them though.
We beat them, yeah.
Yeah.
We came first place.
Yeah.
Dog, we not only beat them, but we smoked them. Cause remember, Daniel Macias I think he was the last leg.
No, we had Bay Point that one. Remember Bay Point?
He was the last leg? Okay.
No,
and he just jogged it in.
When we used Daniel Macias, we lost. We lost to the Norland boys, I think, because they had that linebacker on last leg, and we didn't have Bay Point that tracked me. But I think we had Bay Point at that leg. You were first, I was second. Toribio was third, and Bay Point was last. And Bay Point smoked them. Y'all think he was the last leg.
Gotcha. So I remember the one we won, our last leg, he didn't really have to do anything because we smoked them the first 3 legs. And then the one we won, I actually wore spikes.
Yeah.
I remember.
I forget whose spikes I had because I didn't have spikes before.
I remember I had spikes from a guy named I think it's Michael LaBeach. Remember him?
Beach, yes, the high jumper.
Yeah. He actually had big old cleats that I could fit.
You know what?
I was like,
what's the name? Gave me his. I think it was Claudius. Matter of fact, Claudius gave me his cleats. I think he was another high jumper. If I'm not a cleats, but spikes.
Spikes, yeah, the spikes. Yeah, so I remember that. I remember having them spikes. I remember I was finna fasten them things. So I was like, okay. Yeah. But yeah, that was a fun time. That was a fun time.
Yeah.
So
go ahead.
So back to confidence.
Yeah.
Back to confidence. So I feel like with confidence, that probably ended football for me earlier than it probably should have.
Mm-hmm.
You know, no time would happen. You know.
Right.
But anyway, so with the acting thing, I always think about how I said no to myself in football. So with acting, my mindset is I ain't never gonna say no to myself. Never gonna say no to myself. That's why when I say there's 700 people I'm going against for the same role, I don't worry about it. You know, I don't care. I remember one like national commercial I booked one time. They were looking for you know, a family man type of dad, you know. So when I walked into the audition, well, in the waiting room, I just saw all these clean cut looking, you know, fatherly. They look like family man or whatever.
Right.
Now I am coming in, you know, my dreads and stuff. I like I should be the streets. You know, these guys look like, you know, hey honey, I'm home, you know. That's what they look like. So but I didn't let it phase me. I just said, I remember saying to myself, you know, can't none of them do what I can. So I remember I went in there, I played to my scripts, you know, had the people laughing at me, and I booked it, you know. I wasn't the most cleanest, the most corporate American looking, probably not even the most handsomest, but I booked it over all those folks, man. So my confidence just be through the roof, man. It's just through the roof, regardless of, you know, whether I get a part or don't give a part.
Gotcha.
It's just through the roof. I'm not gonna say no to myself. I'm always gonna go for it.
That's big. That's big.
Always gonna go for it. But I'll say I feel like part of my confidence too comes from the fact that I do a lot of training. I do a lot of acting training. Like there's a video from Don Cheadle where he talks about people who come up to him asking, hey man, you know, how can I get on TV? You know, how can I become an actor or whatever? And his response to that is like, are you trying to be a big star or are you really trying to act? You know, he said that's two different things, totally different. He said, you know, if you're trying to be a big star, there's like, good luck with that. He said, but if you're trying to act, you know, because you love acting, he says plenty of ways to like act. Like look for plays if something's going on, read plays, you know, work on your acting with friends or whatever. There's plenty of ways to work on your acting versus just sitting around not doing nothing, waiting for opportunity. Because he says if you're not doing those things to like work on your acting, you might get opportunity to show what you got.
Right.
But without any training or anything, you know, you basically gonna show that you probably like this deep, like you don't have any depth.
It's hard, dude.
Yeah, it looks effortless though when you watch it.
Look,
Like,
I have a story. But when I was in college, somebody approached me. I got approached twice. I don't think I know you don't know the story. One was for a Nike commercial. It was for Ricky Williams. They wanted me to be a body double. It was a lady, same thing. She approached me at Blockbuster, like, how tall are you? How much do you weigh? She started going crazy. She was a talent agent. So I had to go down and take headshots. That didn't work through. I ended up signing a contract, but that didn't fall through with the Nike deal. And then when I was in college, somebody offered me a role to be like a preacher in one of his small films. Like one of my professors knew the guy. He saw me and he was like, do you want to do this? I was like, I don't know if I have time, just like you. You know, and I did, man.
Football.
I sucked so bad. I didn't even look at the script that he gave me, and it was time to shoot. I was terrible. They ended up switching me roles and they gave me. He wanted me in the film. He gave me a smaller role. I wasn't a real actor. I didn't know what to do. I couldn't remember the script. You know what I mean?
Preacher Abdel know what he's talking about. Turn to
it was an experience though. It was a cool experience for me though. You know, I didn't think nothing of it though, because that wasn't. I never thought that would be my lane anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you understand more than what a lot of people think it is.
Right.
Like a lot of people be thinking, oh yeah, I can do that. You know, I can do that. Right. It looks effortless, but it's not, because like what you don't see is like all the behind the scenes stuff. Like there's times there's all these cameras in your face and lights, all this noise, all this junk going on, but you still gotta act like it's just you and the other girl.
Yep.
You know I love you. You know, all that stuff, right? All this chaos going on. You know?
Right.
Still gotta do that. Like
it's a skill though, man. It's a skill. And then I'm always saying that I don't care whether you're an athlete or you're developing a skill like acting, it takes repetition. You have to do it over and over again. It's not, you were a natural, but you were a natural because you did it all the time. You did it every day, and then still you needed some fine tuning to get into the real acting field. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. So I remember there was a point where I was taking acting classes like 6 times a week.
Wow.
I was just trying to get better. Like that's still my mindset now. Cause I was like, the mindset I had was, I'm not gonna worry about getting roles. I'm just gonna worry about getting better.
Right.
If I get better and better, it's gonna be hard for them to say no to me. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be hard. Like even if one guy looked more handsome than me, right? But if my performance is just that dope,
like,
man, we like, he's sexy, but this dude is more like, he's more entertaining. He's more like appealing. Like I'm more interested in what he got to say versus the sexy guy. So that was just my mindset. It's like, I don't know roles. I'm just gonna go hard at trying to get better at this. Because like every other profession, you outside of even at McDonald's, you gotta get trained.
Right.
You can't your first day know how to make the Big Mac. You know what I'm saying? Every other profession requires training for doctor, nurse, firefighter, all that stuff. It requires training. Right. It's just you see the acting and stuff on TV, and you just don't understand what those people been through that you're watching.
Right.
Sometimes some people luck up. Sometimes some people get lucky, like maybe audition and get their first role or whatever. Right. But then there's a lot of stories that people don't know, that, like how you said how you got replaced or you had to switch to a different role. That happens
Quick, fast, in a hurry. Fast, in a hurry.
That happened a lot.
Right.
That happened a lot where, unfortunately, it's never happened to me. So every time I book something, I held it down. They loved it or whatever. I was the opposite, so I never got replaced. But like I'd have like a 1 day small character role, get turned into a recurring role. Like initially it's supposed to just be 1 day and goodbye. Just see me 1 episode and bye.
Yeah.
To the point where they loved me and they brought me back. Like that happened multiple times. So that's cool. That's cool. And it just goes back to I'll just be focusing on training. So I be trying to tell people whatever it is they want to do, just work on being great at it. Versus don't pursue success. Pursue being great at what it is you want to do.
I love it.
And then then eventually it'd be hard for them to say no to you. Like, man, that dude is dope.
Right.
Just like being on just from my experiences on set, when the director realizes that they got someone who's good. Like there's one show, I don't even know if they've done finished shooting it yet because it has so many starts and stops, even with the pandemic. But it's a show being produced by Kevin Durant.
Really?
Yeah, it was me. You ever saw the show Sister? The guy who plays the dad. So it was me, the guy who plays the dad, Tim Reed, and it was this other guy. He was a older actor guy from Atlanta as well. Like that guy's an interesting story. He said his very first audition, he booked it for a movie, right? And then he said, he wanted to make sure he did good at it. So he went to his acting class. Like, hey, I just booked this movie. I want to do good, And he said to people in the class, like, what? Hold up, you booked? And I said, wow, that's very backwards of how I usually go. Usually you come here. But he was a dope guy. So when the director, so long story short, me, like, I have a creative mind. Like, the reason I want to eventually like write my own stuff, create my own stuff. There's times when I see a script, there's times I have my own creative ideas that's not in the script.
Right.
So sometimes I just try it. Like during rehearsal, I just try it, and then I just have the mindset like they don't like it. The director's gonna come to me and be like, "Hey, do what the script say." Whatever.
Yeah.
So this is my first time trying something like this was on that Kevin Durant show. I was finally not scared of getting replaced. I'm not scared of getting replaced. There's the worst that can happen, they can just tell me, do it like the script. So I did my idea. Because me, I didn't feel like, because the purpose of my role was to make like the whole barbershop laugh. And I just didn't feel like what was said, I feel like what was said could have been made funny for people to be like busting out. So I like tweaked it a little. So I tweaked it and I added something or whatever. And I said, now that I switched it to the point where I found it funny, made it me laugh. So and that just came from like watching somebody like Kevin Hart. He was saying it's hard for him to do something if he himself don't find it funny. It needs to be funny to him.
Okay.
So I was like, I'm gonna do that too. I'm try to do that. So I remember during rehearsal, we shot it. I did my thing, and then as soon as we cut, the creator of the show, he comes straight to me. Something, oh man.
You're like, it's over.
Oh man, but because the creator of the show is also the writer, so I'm changing his writing. So he comes up to me as he's coming up. It's about to happen. But he comes up to me. He's like, "Where are you from?" I was like, originally Miami, but in Atlanta. And he was like, "Man," all he basically said was, he said, "Man, you're hilarious." And then he just walked off. That was it. So at that point, was like, cool. I did that, and what that led to was me, the old actor guy I told you about from Atlanta, and then the sisters, the guy who played the dad. What that led to was a long time of them just shooting improv. Like we was improv, me, us three, just improv back and forth, just improv back and forth. And you see the one director guy that just tells us keep going. Off the top of our heads, just banter, bunch of banter, going back and forth. And fortunately, I can improv. Like the class clown stuff, that's all improv. I never had anything prepared going to school. Like, yeah, today this is what I'm gonna do in sixth period. You know, it's always spur of the moment. Something comes to my mind, I say it. And it's funny. So working on like being great and stuff, man. Not only would get like the small things you shoot for, because it was a small role I shot for, but when they see that you're like great at it, they give you more than just the small thing they intended you to have. Like that recently happened again for a movie that's gonna be coming out on Amazon called Emergency. Mm-hmm. It's basically this movie. These two black friends, they're in a situation where they have just passed out white girl. One wants to call the cops. The other one's like, "You crazy? Two black men with a white girl? You think the cops gonna think that we, you know?" That's the conflict they have. But it was a scene, like when I did the audition, it was for like the guy basically just says one thing in the audition. He says just one thing. But when it was time to shoot, I had this idea to like, because I just noticed it was like a part where like nothing was going on. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna add my idea or whatever and just do it. And I ain't telling anybody else. I didn't tell the lead actor and that. So I did it, and the lead actor reacted. He was good, so he reacted in a real way, like in the moment, He reacted in a way, and it was just so funny. Like the whole crew, everyone's just laughing, cracking, laughing. The director comes by, he points at me like, "I like that." So what that led to, instead of me just saying the one little part I auditioned for, it led to me being like in another part of the scene where I'm talking just as much as everyone in the scene. I probably talk more than lead or whatever in that particular scene. Mm-hmm. So that's what I should tell people, man. Work on being great at the thing, right. And then once that opportunity comes, you're gonna blow them away. They're gonna be like, who is that guy? Who is that?
Right.
Yeah,
that's dope, man. So I think you summed up mindset. That's big. You summed up. I want to say attitude, because I would say, what is your attitude, towards acting, and then you approach that. Your attitude is like, I'm just gonna do it. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm gonna do it and see what happens. And a lot of people, I don't know, I can't talk about their journeys in life, but a lot of people, as I see life, from a different perspective, watching the younger generation and our generation, are afraid because they're so afraid of what the person or what somebody's gonna say, or how somebody's gonna judge them, or whether they're gonna lose a spot. So they're not authentic to themselves. And what I find is the more, like, just say with me, with coaching and training, or even when I was teaching, or any job that I held, or any titles, that when I was more authentic to myself, I did a better job.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Like, I would say at the beginning, I used to like worry so much about what other people think or whatever. And it kept me from giving it my best shot. Because I'd go to audition and all my mind just all over the place. I'm just so worried. And I just feel like I just gave a little bit of me. That's all I gave, that much. Just a little bit. Right. But what helped a lot was was when I did this training called Meisner training. What that is an acting technique where you take all the attention off of you and put it on the person you're with in the scene. And then you just trust it. You know, you react and you just react authentically based off of what they do. Which is what that actor did in that scene with me. When I just did something that was not in the script.
just kept going.
And he just reacted in the real, it's funny because it looks so real. He's giving a real reaction. Mm-hmm. So doing that training, it helped a lot because once I finished doing the Meisner training at Rob Mello's studio here in Atlanta, that's when I booked like back-to-back national commercials. And national commercials are great. They, you know, you book one of them, you basically don't have to work the whole year. You can book one of them. You book the right national commercial, like you can literally go the whole next year up, sleep in all you want. But yeah, that helped a lot because now I'm not in my head just with all this doubt and all these thoughts or whatever. I'm literally just in the moment. Literally in the moment. Literally in the moment. And I just stick to what I'm good at. Like I feel like everyone's good at something. Like whatever their strengths are. I feel like a lot of people spend time worrying what they're not good at. And that's what holds them back.
Dope.
Versus just being really, let's say you're only really good at, 2 little things in your area. Just be really, really good at them 2 little things versus worrying about, but I ain't good at that.
Right.
Oh, I ain't good at that. Or comparing themselves to others. Right. They look at other people and their strengths. I don't care about other people's strengths. Like I don't, the actors who be above me in the movie, whatever, I don't be worrying about their strengths, I just do my thing. And what would be crazy is they be gravitating towards me, like the lead actors and stuff, coming up to me, talking to me.
Are you ever starstruck then?
Nah, I've never been starstruck. Never.
Has there ever been any actor or actress that you always wanted to work with and then you finally got to work with that person? How was that experience like, or have you encountered that experience yet?
I don't know. I don't think I feel like I wanted to be with anyone in particular. Cause I swear, I'd be so focused on me getting better. Like that's type of stuff I don't even think about. I try not to think about stuff I can't control. Cause I know I can't control my own effort in trying to get better. Mm-hmm. Me, I don't be starstruck. I usually just keep to myself unless they speak to me first.
Gotcha.
And then we speak or whatever, we kick it. Speaking of a time where I like improv something. Guy named Clifton Powell, who played Pinky on Friday.
Right.
Man, that dude, he's dope. I remember from doing a scene with him in this. It's like a TV movie called Saints and Sinners. I noticed this was one scene they just added me in. Where they just added me in, they didn't tell me like what's going on and everything. But I noticed that he would improv some of the words. Like some stuff he's saying is not in the script at all. So I thought it was dope, like how he was doing it for that one scene. And if he said something to me, I'd say something back. Which had to be improv because I wasn't even in the scene in the first place.
Right.
So I was okay, cool. For our thing that we have that I'm supposed to talk, I was like, I'm gonna just throw something in there. Yeah. Because there was some lady talking on TV or whatever, and he complaining about her or whatever. Yeah. And I know it's his baby mama, so I just throw it out. There's your baby mama. Didn't tell anyone I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
This dude is so dope. Like, cause he's supposed to come around, chat me, get back to work, blah blah blah, sit down, right? He's so dope, man. He comes around, he tapped me, and then I said something to the gist of "That's Your Baby." I said something. Instead of sitting down, he stopped right in his tracks, and he just started doing this monologue. This dope monologue of all this history of him and the lady and blah blah blah. All this is just, man. I just thought that it was just dope, and then we just carried on from there. That's stuff that's not even. But yeah, he thought it was dope. Where you from? Blah blah blah. This and that. So I think he's dope. Okay. I saw him on this show called The Last OG with Tracy Morgan. And I was surprised. He was dope. He was on there playing the bad guy. Just dope.
So question is for you, do you have anything new coming up? So that we can tell the people about, that they can look for, or we can talk about where to follow you or where they can find your current material.
Yeah, if you just Google Mike Forbs, you'll see like my IMDb page. It'll show
Forbs with an E, right? You have an E in your
no E.
No
Forbs,
E.
No E.
Okay.
Yeah, good question. That was a good question.
FRBS.
FRBS.
I'll put a little caption up there. And
yeah.
I'll put up your Instagram and I guess everything else that I know that you have.
Okay, yeah. I am Michael Biggs, Instagram. If you look up the IMDb page, you'll see what I've done so far, stuff like that. What's going to be new is that emergency movie that I talked about. That's going to be on Amazon at some point. We just finished doing it early June. Just finished it, not too long ago. Just finished it. And then what I got coming up next, I'm actually about to start shooting it tomorrow. I actually need to go to Savannah, shoot in Savannah. I'm finna be there for a couple weeks. And that one, I don't know, what's this? I think that's gonna be on Netflix. It's gonna be a movie called Lone Star Blue. So like how it works, you know how the movie has the lead actor, and then there's the supporting actors, whatever. Right. So usually it's something called the call sheet, where it's a schedule where everyone's name is on there, what time they go to makeup, what time they rehearse, and all that stuff, right? So let's say this is a big movie for The Rock. He would be number one on the call sheet. Right. And then let's say let's say it's a Fast and Furious movie. I can't think of the guy named Vin Diesel. He'd probably be number 2 on the call sheet or whatever. So for the movie that's coming out on Amazon, I was number 13 on the call sheet, which was the highest I've been. Because for the most part, I've been used to be like 30 something or 40 something. So it's up to 13, and then for this one, I'm about to crack that
top 10.
Yeah, man. Like for the next one, I'm about to do actually. I think it came from me doing really well with the audition, because I auditioned for the role, and they made the role. They added more lines and stuff like that, made the role bigger. So the one about doing Savannah, I'm number 8 on that. We'll be number 8. Wow. So crack top 10.
Okay. Top 5, top 3.
Crack the top 10. So it's gonna be my biggest role yet. And but the eyes is on not just the number 1 spot, but to be the one creating it, X show by me, and then starring me,
So that's are you gonna make any more lemon pepper wing tracks or anything like that?
Man, I still have I love using my creative juices, man. I feel like I have the talent for a reason.
Yeah.
So I do feel like I still will make music and such. And like one of the things I envision with is I'm gonna be the creator of the show and everything, right? So I'm always gonna look for reasons to have a reason why a lemon pepper wing song. So I'm writing it, so I can make a reason why that song comes on, and it's gonna be my song. You know, a reason why this silly thing happens is gonna be my song.
So what made you think of that track? Do you just really like lemon pepper wings, or what was going on with that?
What's funny is I don't even like lemon pepper wings, to be honest.
But it was a thing, right? I think Rick Ross or somebody made it famous.
Like, I think that song had like over almost like 50,000 views or something. But it's just I don't know. It just sometimes it just happens. Like I hear like a track and a silly idea just comes to mind, and I just do it.
Yeah.
So that's all it is. Like, creativity just sometimes just comes to you, and you can either make something out of it or you don't.
Right.
So, but yeah, I feel like at the end of the day, stuff that I'm creating and stuff, I'm gonna have both like silly stuff going on as far as like music wise, and then serious stuff too. Because you know I got it for a reason, so I'm used.
Right.
Put the use. So for anyone out there who feel like they got something, man, you know, put it to use. You know, hey, people may think you're silly for it. So what? So what? If you keep working on getting better at it, you know, eventually they gonna look silly when you're looking all great stuff. So, oh yeah, you thought I was whack, huh? Yeah.
There we go. That's Mike right there. There we go. Hey, there we go. Hey, I definitely appreciate you coming on. And like I said before, I'll leave a little blurb of where the people can find you. And you said that new movie Emergency, we need to be looking out for it soon. It's the next couple months. Do you have a release date?
No, there's no release date yet.
No release date?
Not the release date. I think they're in the middle of like post-production now. In the middle of after they shoot everything, you know, they be in the middle of editing, and then sometimes in the middle of like the final editing,
right?
You know, they may feel like they need to reshoot a scene, or they may feel like they need to do something called Adr Session, which is a session where they'll keep all the video footage, but they need you to re-say something.
Right.
And that's how I actually had to do that before on a Stephen King project. A show called The Outsider. Okay. I think it's a 6th episode on there. If y'all want to watch The Outsider episode 106, there's a fight on there, I break up, whatever. So when I'm breaking up the fight and talking and all that talking actually happened at a recording studio. But it looks like I'm talking on camera.
Oh, it's like a voiceover type.
Yeah, it's a voiceover.
Yeah.
I guess when we shot it, it was kind of mumbled.
Right.
And they actually changed up some of the things I said. So you watching yourself, and then you got the mic, and you're like, hey man, blah, 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 blah. And you gotta have the same energy too, because on there I'm like pulling away and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You gotta have the same energy. So as I'm doing it, I feel like I was doing like an animation. Hey man, watch out, man, blah, blah, blah.
So that might be coming soon too now, huh?
Yeah. Also, if you have, I don't know what The Resident comes on. The show called The Resident, man. I did this episode 109 of The Resident. That was supposed to be my only episode. But they love what I did on there. I'm very proud of that episode because the way I look with the dreads and stuff, they think, oh, big tough black guy.
Yeah.
But you know me, you're not nothing like that. You know, like I'm the total opposite of what I look like. Dreads. So I was proud of that episode. My big self on there, like playing with puppies and stuff.
Wow.
Showing that I could be big sweet guy or whatever. So it's cool. It allows me to show like versatility. And then, you know, if I gotta get mean, you know, I just act like I'm EJ. So I'm like, what? You know, act like I'm EJ on the old line. I want to get somebody from the West, you know. I just act like that.
Got you. All right. So I mean, like I said, you hit mindset. That's what I like to talk about: attitude and confidence. Any last words that you have for the people? Any words of inspiration for people that want to get into acting or athletes transitioning into acting? Because I have other friends who are actually in the game as well. And what advice can you give to like a young communications major trying to transition into the area where you are right now?
Man, the main thing I would say is, you know, if you're trying to get into acting, you know, I would just encourage you to work on getting better at it. Figure out a way to get in acting class, figure out a way to get into plays. You know, the biggest thing I'll say is don't be in a rush to try to get on TV now, like trying to be thirsty. Because if a casting director see that you're like just thirsty and desperate, that's a big turnoff. You know, they're not gonna just give you a role because you want it. Come on, man, give me a role. It don't work like that. Like a bum in the street, you know. Like, come on, man, give me $1, man. Give me $1 because you feel sorry for me. You know, it's not like they did anything to make you want to give $1. They just, all right, I feel sorry. It don't work like that with roles.
Right.
It's not like New Orleans. I respect New Orleans because a lot of people on the street, they actually be hustling. They be doing stuff like tricks or whatever, like dance moves, banging on stuff, like hustling, man. And I respect that. They're doing something, and it makes you want to give it to them. Right. Versus just, hey man, come on, man, you know, please, you know. So don't be like one of them. Right. Be like one of them New Orleans people that makes the directors, cast directors like, you know, even because there's times where you probably won't get the role you're going for, but since they like you so much, they make you a different role or something. Or the casting director may fight for you. So quick story. For the thing I'm about to do in Savannah, the thing that's about to be my biggest role up to date. I remember when I did the callback, which is when you're like one of the finalists. I did the callback and I was just so comfortable, man. Just comfortable, just doing my thing. I'm not worrying about doing it right or whatever. I'm just doing my own creativity. Even adding some stuff that's not in the script. Just showing that I have the ability to do. So I remember after doing that, a few days later, they emailed my agent telling her that I mumbled way too much. Mm-hmm. And what's crazy is like elementary school and early middle school, I was taking speech classes. So I used to have a terrible stuttering problem. And like nowadays in real life nowadays, I would mumble, but I don't realize that I'm mumbling to the person I'm talking to. Like, what you say? And I'm like, oh, XYZ. So part of that natural stuff, you could go into being like you are in real life, you know, without realizing it. So I'd be mumbling and stuff. Didn't realize it. Right. So I was fortunate that they gave me another shot, which is rare. Usually when you mess up, they just move on to the next one. Right. But by me at least showing something that was very gravitated, like I said, my own creativity I brought to the table. That came from like training. Like I wasn't like that. The day one version of me, if I went there mumbling, they just would have moved on. You know, because I didn't know how to bring anything special or bring anything unique to the table. Mm-hmm. So I say my biggest thing is getting the training, Find out what's the best qualities about you. Like me, I know the best thing I do is my smile. Like something. And I try to find a reason to get smiling.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of, being comedic is my thing.
Right.
So, like I told you with the Kevin Durant thing I did, that wasn't even a comedic show, but it was a comedic moment or whatever. So,
what's the name of that show again? The Kevin Durant?
It's a show called Swagger.
Swagger?
I don't even know what's even going on. But I did my part like a year ago. I don't even know if it's done shooting. That's going to come on Apple Plus.
Okay.
So I don't know. It kept starting and stopping. Like talking about speaking of being replaced, like some actor got replaced on there. So they had to like redo stuff or whatever. But that's what I say. Train, find out what's best about you personally, and I always try to somehow get it into the audition, like my scripts, my strength. That's automatically what's gonna help you stand out from everyone else. By you figuring out what you specifically do best, and do it, and then don't worry about doing it right. Just be like, this is my flavor. Welcome to my flavor. You know what I'm saying? So I'm doing a script for you. It's going to be totally different because I'm very confident in my flavor that I put on. Right. Like when you watch other actors, big name actors, you see their flavor, and then when you think about, like if you think about, Faison Love doing the part, if Dave Chappelle or Martin did, it would be a different flavor. You know how Martin did his thing, you know how Dave Chappelle did his thing, or how Eddie Murphy would do his thing. That's their flavor. So figure out what your flavor is and don't be afraid to sprinkle it on the script.
Love it. I love it. I got to give you another round of applause. There we go. All right. Hey, Mike, like I said, man, I appreciate you coming on. We've been rapping for a while. I'm going to go ahead and let you get off. I'm going to do my little outro. Anything else you want to say to the people before I do my little outro?
No, that's it, man. When times get hard, man, just keep pushing. If it was easy, everyone would be doing it.
That's it. Hey, that's it. And you know what I like to say? We all go through that roller coaster of life. So why not have a guide to elevate your mindset? Jim, out.